Hello guys, welcome to my today's YouTube video. Today I'm back on my one of favorite ships, Tier 9 French premium battleship Jean Bart, and we are playing map Loop. Right, so let's start the battle. Okay, so we started on the left side, and we will continue to Charlie and to press towards the Charlie. I want to just say this game I didn't have like the highest damage numbers. I still did really well with the Jean Part, but I thought that I will show you this game to and will talk about my thought process, what I was thinking, why I was doing what I was doing, and yeah. So uh, don't count with the highest damage numbers. I had definitely better games with the Jean part, but it's very solid game, and you will see. So from the beginning, basically nothing happened. Luckily, our team is not lemming training, so we have some ships on the Alpha. We have some ships going towards the Bravo, and we have few ships going to Charlie. So our team is well spread, and currently we didn't spot anything. Okay, and the same will apply towards the enemy team. They were spread too, but now we can see that the ships which were going to Alpha, sorry, not to Alpha, but to Bravo, changed the course and mainly started to sail towards the Charlie. So I realized, okay, I have quite number advantage. Our Jervis, which is in Charlie already, is spotting, and we see only two battleships. Meanwhile, we have like 7, 8 ships coming to Charlie. Yeah, see, sorry for the replay bug. For some reason, it's it bugged and was trying to trace the shells through the island. Anyway, so we have quite big advantage. There is still a Hipro which is uh, maintaining pressure at Bravo, but we see that there is basically only Sharnos and Amalfi, and the Friedrich went to Bravo, right? So I decided I will pop my engine boost and I will start pressuring those two, because we have really big support behind us, and I especially want to support my two destroyers, right? So I'm moving forward. I popped my reload booster on the Amalfi, and I was hoping that the Amalfi be will be spotted still, because I thought that the Jervis was actually in his firing penalty range from the smoke. So yeah, in the beginning, like after his first salvo, he was still detected, but then Jervis instead of pushing in, he turned back from the Amalfi. Therefore, the Amalfi was able to disappear and disengage using his smoke. So my next target was the Friedrich de Grosse, pushing through the Bravo, because the Scharnhorst was behind the island and the Friedrich was giving me a broadside. So I was hoping to get some nice juicy salvos on that Friedrich, even though he was like 15 kilometers away. We did some nice damage. It wasn't nothing special, because from 15 kilometers range, you won't be hitting that well. Jean Bart doesn't have that excellent accuracy from those ranges, but we finally are changing our focus, and I'm trying to start focusing the Scharnhorst in Amalfi. And I noticed the Amalfi was giving me quite juicy broadside, so I decided, of course, going for the Amalfi, going for the lightly armored cruiser instead of going for battleship, right? So, and we need to be careful because they both of these ships have torpedoes, right? So we sent one salvo towards the Amalfi, and he actually get citadel. He shot. I think that was a mistake. He shouldn't shot. But anyway, he started angling. Therefore, I just hit him like with one shell. So yeah, and I stopped. I started to focus the Scharnhorst because he was much closer and he was giving me full broadside. And you can see I scored like 11,000 damage with one salvo. And now I'm thinking what to do here. I started to turn right because I was afraid of the Scharnhorst torpedoes. But then I didn't want to get close. Right now, the Scharnhorst has torpedoes. If he pushes me, he can torp me. His torpedoes hurt. They would probably not kill me, but I didn't want to take on damage. So I decided I will do 360 turn here and try to surprise the Scharnhorst because I was not sure whether I was thinking maybe he will go from this side, right, from this side of the island, not from this. So I started to turning because I didn't want to get too close to the Sharni, and he was briefly spotted, probably detected by Kitakaze. So I knew that he is going there. He is going through there. So yeah, my prediction was correct. So I am keeping distance from them. As you can see, all my support suddenly changed the direction and went towards the Alpha. So I'm here right now, like alone. There is a Tirpitz which was out of position completely. For some reason, he went here, like to the E10 square. I don't know why. We have really number advantage. But now you can see I slow down. I'm stopping, and I'm trying uh, to to wait and fight the Scharnhorst because the Scharnhorst probably thought that I will be sailing that direction and I will be close enough for him to turp me. But because he's giving me full broadside, uh, I pop I score like hit for 14,000 damage. I put my reload boost and I want to kill him before he will be able to send torpedoes my direction. And he actually already did, right? But luckily I was sailing towards the island, angling towards the Shani, and yeah, so the torpedo had never chance to hit me. And I knew that the Amalfi was on this side of the island, and yeah, he popped up, giving me full broadside. If he wanted to hit me, he should sail nose in and try to turp me. That would be much better for him. Unlucky, I will eat one torpedo, but it was on a torpedo protection belt, and so it was reduced damage and no flooding. So that was alright. I popped my heel to just get back with my heel. But right now we are winning. We are winning quite hard. We sunk two battleships, one cruiser, one destroyer. We lost we lost one battleship, one cruiser, and one destroyer. But the it will change because the whole enemy team is basically on at the Alpha camp, and the ships which were there are going to die. They're going to die because there is like 7 enemy ships, and we have the like one ship, and which is currently Nelson, and he's being focused. Also, our Helena, we can see she has like 160 hit points. Our York has 200 hit points. So these guys gonna die very soon, very soon. So right now we have 2 caps. That's good, but we the our advantage will be gone soon. Just wait. So right now I have nothing to shoot at except the Jean Bart, so I'm at least trying to lob shots through the island to hit the Jean Bart. Those were not the best shots I shot at him because he slowed down and he started to reverse, and I didn't realize that until I shot like my second salvo, and now I see that he's really reversing, so I'm now trying to hit him towards the middle section of the ship, so was hoping that the shots will be fast enough, but as you can see the dispersion was a little bit meh, but still the shells were a little bit slow. I was hoping that he is not reversing yet, so now I'm changing the aim for the rear section of the ship, so he is hit by those shells, or at least majority of the shells. Unlucky, I left him at 500 hit points, and my Kitikaze finished him. But right now, if you watch how many ships we have less ships than the enemy team. Now the Bliskavica was detected. Luckily, there are two my destroyers fighting her, and I was immediately able to shoot and destroy the Bliskavica. So that's my second kill. Because before the Scharnhorst, when I was fighting the Scharnhorst, I left him with 2,000 hit points, like with my last salvo, and the Tirpitz was able to finish him. And notice that I said to the Tirpitz to get back, right? I said to the Tirpitz to get back because he's pushing into 5 ships. The all enemy 5 ships were here somewhere, according to minimap. Now they are detected by our destroyers, and the Tirpitz will be in big trouble because there will be 2 battleships, 3 cruisers plus destroyer pushing towards him directly. I'm positioning myself over here behind this island, and I will be pushing further towards this small island. I noticed the New Orleans is giving me full broadside. I'm trying to hit him. Yeah, I thought that this salvo will finish him off. That I aim quite nicely, but I realized no hits at all on that New Orleans. I don't know if he angled. He probably angled. He was continuing to turn, and or he continued to turn, and I missed him. So that was pity, and I now will be trying to kill that New Orleans before I will fight the next ships. And I realized that okay, the enemy ships, majority of them are pushing here around this island towards the Bravo, and there is already destroyer at Bravo most likely because Bravo is being kept, right? And our Tirpitz already died. So I decided, okay, this position behind this island is important, I will just peek. I don't want to sail from behind this island because we do not have any vision for this, because my both destroyers are on the left side. So I'm trying to kill the Georgia because this is the only tier 9 ship they have. Unlucky, my salvo. Okay, my first salvo did nothing, so I'm trying to hit her again. I'm aiming for upper belt and deck to get some penetrations, but again, only 2 hits, 2 ricochets, and I left her with 1,800 points, and she disengaged, she reversed. But here I'm trying to reverse because I was under fire from torpedoes, shores, and I notice, you can see, I realized, oh, somebody with Hydro is pushing me. It's either York or it will be a destroyer. So I was trying to angle it, and yeah, I spotted Cossack because he was trying to rush me. So I was prepared, and my salvo actually killed him. It was enough, so he didn't even have time to actually hit me with his torpedoes, because that could be devastating actually. And with killing him, I received the 4th kill, Confederate medal, and high caliber medal. So I already have 163,000 damage. The Shores is pushing and he's giving full broadside to me. So yeah, I will shoot, and unfortunately I receive only 3 overpens. So I want to finish the Shores before I will try to fight with torpedoes, right? So 1 salvo towards Shores is my 5th kill, Kraken Unleashed, and now I'm fighting with the torpedoes. The torpedoes has torpedoes, so I was expecting that he will torp me, yeah, and so I moved forward. Luckily, he missed the torpedoes. I was able to dodge them, and now the torpedoes is fighting with me and Jervis. He's focusing the Jervis. He's trying to kill the Jervis, but with rear guns, his rear guns are aiming at me, and that's my next kill. I was able to kill the torpedoes, but he was able to kill my Jervis. And I knew that the York, which was not detected for quite a long time, was actually at Charlie, keeping Charlie, and the Georgia, because I briefly spotted the Georgia spotter plane, right? So was still behind the island. And we have 995 points. I was hoping that Georgia will try to fight, because the game is going to end. And yeah, that's it. He never pop up from the island. So here is the final score, right? Final result. I did 185,000 damage. It's still decent, very, very decent damage. You can see, but I'm with Jean Bart, I'm used to get like even more than 200,000 damage per games. So still very good game. We sunk 6 ships, scored several citadels, and we were able to achieve Confederate, high caliber, and Kraken Unleashed. Kraken Unleashed medals, right? Or heroic achievements. And let me quickly show you also the experience. So, in regards to experience, we were first on our in our team, and the experience is 2,117, if I see it correctly. So yeah, that was a very successful game, and I will also show you, as usual, my build, how I'm building my Jean Bart. Alright, here is the build on Jean Bart, right? So currently premium consumables, as you might heard already from my previous videos, the premium consumables basically, well, the basic consumables will be basically removed, and the premium ones will be free of charge, right? So and it will be from the patch 0.9.4, which is coming like in 0.9.3 is coming tomorrow actually. So I suppose 0.9.4 will be coming like in 2 weeks. So very soon, very soon. So upgrades, right? Upgrades for first slot, main armor modification 1, because yeah, the armor on the turrets isn't that strong, so you can lose your turrets if the enemy team is focusing those, and sometimes even I do that to Jean Bart, that I'm permanently destroying the turrets, and it is possible to, even though you have this this modification and first slot, you still can lose your turrets. And I had already several games when enemy teams destroyed both my turrets, so I was basically forced to only ram enemy to deal any damage or use my secondaries. Second slot, damage control system modification 1, because I like to my Jean Bart to be tanky. Therefore, I built also my captain as tanky as possible, so reducing reducing chances to catch fire, reducing time fires last or flooding runs. So yeah, definitely damage control system modification 1. In the third slot, battery modification 2 is option, but I'm not using it. The Jean Bart has very quick traverse speed, so definitely aiming system modification 1. It's the it will give you most benefits, because the Jean Bart's accuracy isn't that great, but definitely we want to improve it. But you still can do quite decent salvos. But definitely, it's not like Japanese battleship accuracy. No, not even close. But I'm not complaining, because the Jean Bart is one of my favorite ships, and I really enjoy playing it. The fourth slot, again, damage control system modification 2. Because simply, as I mentioned, I want to be as tanky as possible, put down fires as fast as possible, so not taking the damage, because you have only 32 millimeters of armor, you know, so you are taking a lot of damage from the battleships, and you don't want to take additional damage from fires if necessary. The fifth slot, concealment modification, right? Concealment system modification 1, to decrease your spotting range or detectability. The detectability is is currently 14.3 on my ship, because I don't have 10-point captain. So I will decrease it by 430 meters still, so it will be 13.9 in the end. Yeah, it's not nothing special, but I believe 13 kilometers is fine. And the last upgrade, yeah, you don't want to go for range. You have already, your base range is 24.5 kilometers, so you have a lot of range. You don't need to increase your range. And anyway, the accuracy on the big range is not that great, so definitely go for main battery modification 3 to increase your reload time, because the reload time is currently 22.3 seconds, so basically 23 seconds right now. That's right now with Yeah, and I am having adrenaline rush on my captain, so where I'm losing hit points, I have faster reload, right? So the build, how I'm going is the priority target first, then adrenaline rush, because the turret traverse is quite nice. Therefore, you don't need to go for expert marksman. In the end, I will go for him most likely. But you don't need to take it as a second skill. So definitely adrenaline rush. After that, I will go. Oh well, I can go right now, right? Superintendent, because you have heal, you have uh, main battery reload, uh, consumable, and also you have your engine boost, and superintendent affects all of those. So yeah, definitely superintendent, and my 10, when I will have 10-point captain, it will be definitely the concealment skill. And after that, I'm standardly going for the fire prevention, so that will be 14-point captain. And I'm not sure if I will go full tank build. If I will go full tank build, then I'm going basics of survivability to even more decrease the time for repairs, for fire extinguishing, and also for recovery from flooding. So this is probably 17-point captain, and 19-point captain would be expert marksman. But I'm not decided yet. The next skill or the option, viable option, can be going fire prevention, 14-point captain, and then go. Then you will have what 14 5 points, right? Then you can go jack of all trades, expert marksman, and expert loader, because sometimes you have 380 millimeters shells, right, or guns, and you will have troubles to deal some damage to, for example, to ships or to battleships which are at long ranges. So you can be swapping to high explosive. Your high explosives have what 36% chance of setting fire, and they can penetrate 63 millimeters of armor. So using sometimes high explosives is also option, but uh, I realized that I'm not doing that often on Jean Bart. I'm doing it much more on British battleships, but not on Jean Bart. So I still might go for the full tank build. And that's it. That's it for today's video, guys. So thank you for watching it. Like it if you like it. If you don't, subscribe. And see you later, guys. Bye.